problem is finding carcinogens in things and then not selling or avoiding those things means that you will pretty much have to be living stark naked in the middle of a forest somewhere, and even then there will be carcinogens around you. We live in a modern world. You live in a modern world. I know you're in a modern world because you're on a phone. You have to be able to assess risk, and I know humans are very, very bad at doing that. And it's very easy to get caught up in social media headlines and discard that people ban things because they found when the risk from that thing is actually really very small. And the chances are that you are doing something every day in your daily life without thinking about it that is actually more dangerous, but still not really dangerous enough to particularly worry about. So they found these things in tampons. They will now look at those things in greater detail to find out if it is a risk. But it's not that much of a risk because, people haven't been dying of heavy cancer because of their tampons, because somebody would have worked that one out. And I'll give you an example of a really bad assessment of risk that people make. There's been a lot in the UK headlines about people being killed by XL bullies and big dogs, and they make headlines and everybody ban the dogs, and lots of people saying, oh, don't ban the dogs, all the rest of it. The thing is that in the UK, the animal that is most deadly, that kills more people every year than any other, is the cow. And we have cows in fields all across the UK. People are killed every year by them. People don't come up in arms about tying cows down so they can't trample people, because they're not very good at assessing risk. They've assessed the risk of a bully as being greater than the risk of a cow. And the thing is that, in fact, the people that are at risk for cows are probably the same people at risk for dog attacks, because they're very often dog walkers. I do get a say, because anyone who lives on this planet gets a say. I may no longer have the need for a tampon, but I did use tampons for much of my adult life. I've tried all the alternatives. Tampons happen to suit me quite nicely. I also have daughters. And I'm not quite sure where you get this idea that only people actively using a product get to say something about it. Sometimes the people actively using something are the people least qualified to make a decision about it. Cars, for example.